ago, when tigers still roamed the earth, there lived a little tiger cub. This little cub, whose name was not yet important, was a curious thing, with so much love in his heart that it almost radiated from his stripes. He would befriend smaller creatures and gain wisdom from the larger. He had such a thirst for knowledge that even the raging rapids of a river were not able to quell it. However, our little tiger carried a heavy burden. He had only ever been alone. He had been born into a pack, like any other tiger, but those charged with his care were not fond of his differences. Where they piled and stashed their belongings for later, he preferred to share what he had with whoever was nearby. Where he liked to explore the world around him and meet all sorts of creatures, they were deeply wary of anyone that didn't share their stripes and claws. They ridiculed him and tried to force him to fall in line, and when he simply couldn't, they took to treating him like no more than a mosquito buzzing around their ears. He became nothing. So, he left. Our tiger cub left in the quiet of the night and traveled as far as his paws could carry him, away from the shame, neglect, and insignificance. He walked for many days, and though he was alone, he did not always feel lonely. He found great joy in exploring each new place he came across, from plains to mountains to marshes. There were a great many creatures he watched from afar, but he never had the courage to approach. He knew how his pack would have felt if a stranger approached from a faraway land. How could he be sure that these creatures were not the same? Our cub wasn't always lonely, but there were still many times where the solitude crept into his bones and was too heavy to walk with. He longed for someone to share his discoverings with, or to tell him that his stripes didn't make him a monster. He thought of the cubs in his pack who had the fortune of cuddling with their parents as they slept, and he wondered if he was simply too broken, too different, to ever receive that kind of love. One day, he came across a thick and lavish forest, full of trees that bore the most beautiful fruits and flowers. He hovered at the edge. He wanted so dearly to enter and explore, but surely a creature such as him didn't belong in such a wondrous place. Just as he was about to leave, a deer emerged from the brush. He had thick antlers, a beautiful brown coat, and a smile warmer than the afternoon sunlight. He seemed to belong perfectly in this forest. "Hello," the deer said. Our cub looked around, unsure who the deer was speaking to. Surely it couldn't be him, with his coat clumped with dirt and grass, and his claws splintered but frightening, and the stripes that made him who he was. But there was no one else around. "Hello," he quietly answered. The deer smiled like he'd been given the finest of gifts. "You look as if you've been wandering," he said. "Won't you come rest here for a while?" "Oh, no," our cub said. "I mean, it looks lovely. Too lovely for someone like me. I couldn't. I would ruin it." "Nonsense. This forest, Songjon, is for everyone, from the worms in the dirt to the albatross in the sky. We have more than enough food to keep you from growing hungry, and a river where you can wash up. Please, come, if only for the night." Our cub was still unsure if he belonged, but the temptation of food and clean fur was too strong to reject. He followed the deer through the brush, and the air around him felt cleaner than anything he'd ever breathed before. "You can call me Shuji," the deer said, looking down at our cub with a smile. Do you have a name? Our cub thought for a long moment, but he couldn't recall without wading through the tars of shameful memories. I used to, he quietly admitted. That's all right, Shuji said. He tilted his head down to look our cub in the eyes. Names are a sacred thing. It's all right to wait for one that fits you. Shuji brought him to a cozy clearing with the softest grass he'd ever felt under his paws. He brought him a meal of strawberries sweeter than first snow and bread as fluffy as the clouds. When our cub had his fill, he was taken to the river. The water was so clean he could see the bottom, even in the fading sunlight. Shuji helped him to a spot where the current was soft, and he used his own antlers and hooves to wash the grime from his fur. As stars began to dot the sky, Shuji led him back to the clearing. He took him to a bush that had a hollow in it and tucked our cub in amongst the soft leaves and gentle branches. Then he lay down himself, wrapping his body around the cub like a barrier against the world. The cub had never slept so soundly. One night turned into two, which turned into a week, until our cub could hardly remember what it was to feel alone. He wrestled with foxes and played tag with chipmunks and explored every blade of grass in Songjeon. Shuji watched over him fondly and always wore a proud smile when the cub would bring him something new, whether it was a rock or a flower. And our cub brought him many things, because he knew his carer would praise him for it, no matter how small. One morning, our cub woke up to a strange feeling on the top of his head. It was an ache, almost like he'd hurt himself, but he couldn't recall anything that might have caused it. Frightened, he asked Shuji to look at it. "Oh, my," Shuji gasped. "What is it?" our cub asked. He was more worried now. Shuji took a moment before responding in an odd voice. "It seems you're growing antlers." Our cub looked at him with wide eyes, and then squinted. He leaned closer. "And you have stripes budding on your fur." They stared at each other for a long while, until Shuji broke out into a large grin. "So it's true then," he murmured. "To be loved truly is to be changed." Our cub watched him for a minute longer, and then he slowly sat down at his hooves. "Shuji?" "Yes, darling?" "I think I want a name." A warmth blossomed in Shuji's eyes. He lay down to get a better look at our cub. "All right," he said, voice fonder than ever. "What do you have in mind?" Our cub hesitated, but only for a moment. He had faith that Shuji wasn't like his old pack, and that he would love him no matter what he said. With a deep breath, our cub announced, "Jiji, because I want to be like you. I want to be gentle and generous and caring, the way you've been to me." Shuji could only smile. He leaned in and nuzzled their cheeks together. "Jiji, it's perfect." He pulled back to look at him again. "But there's one thing you must promise me to remember." "What is it?" he asked. "That I love my Jiji," Shuji declared. "My curious, friendly, resilient JijiTiger. I love you exactly as you are, and even though you are changing as you grow, you never need to force yourself to be anything other than yourself. Okay?" Jiji smiled. He put his paw, with its claws still splintered, but its fur long cleaned, on his caregiver's hoof. "Okay." And in that moment, the air felt a little cleaner, and the sun a little warmer, because our little tiger cub had finally found himself a safe and loving home. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Sorry if that is a little bit loud. Mods, let me know if it's too loud, if my voice is too loud. Hi. Let's get some music playing in here. How's that audio? Can you hear it all right? Hi. It's all good? Good. Good. Something was strange with the mic. Oops. Well, I hope it's all right now. Was it okay during the story, though? Let me just check how it looks on your end real quick. Oh, it looks so cute. Good. Okay, good. Everything's good then? Perfect. Well, here it is. It's stream time. It's debut. I've been working so hard on this for the last few months, so super excited to have this finally started and super excited to have you all here. It is me. Look at me. I designed this PNG tuber myself. Kind of. Well, okay, you'll see. Mostly designed him by myself. Yeah. How exciting. Gotta give credits where it's due. Correct indeed. Yeah. So, here's what we're gonna do today. Obviously, we read the story, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I do plan on eventually finding somewhere to post that. Whether it's like a PDF or like a free downloadable on my Ko-fi or something along those lines. I want you guys to be able to read that when you want, because I know we had ads in the middle of that. I'm so sorry, but I didn't want to stop in the middle. Because I also want to post it on my YouTube channel eventually, whenever I do that. Which will hopefully be soon. That is on my list of things to do. But yeah. Alright. Make it as a video with a transcript. Yes, I could. Yes, indeed. Alright. So I prepared a little something else for today. I made us a little slideshow. I'm gonna be honest, I totally stole this idea. Pretty much this entire stream I stole from one of my favorite VTubers. Her name is Cozy Oak. Let me quickly give her a shout out. We can also test the shout out command. There we go. Yes, she has kind of been my muse, and she debuted on like a proper VTuber debut on June 6th. So exactly 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. I don't know how to count. But yeah, the whole storybook thing at the beginning was inspired by her doing that. And then the little slides that I'm gonna be showing you were also inspired by her. But I guess it's something that like a lot of VTubers do for debut. So yeah. Shall we head over? Oops. That's not what I wanted to be. Okay. It's alright, it's fine, it's fine. We'll pretend it didn't happen. Listen, you can't have a stream without a few mistakes, okay? Alright. So, to start us off, I wanted to walk you guys through the process of how I made JijiTiger. So, this is not the first reference sheet, but this is the current reference sheet that I have for him. I drew all of the art. I know that the bow is unfortunately kind of blocking it a little bit. But the art of Jiji, I drew myself. I have bases that I use, and I drew over top of them. I do plan to make a second card account, or card website, to, like, put where I get all of my, like, art supplies and stuff, and that will be on there. But yeah, and then the logo was made by the wonderful, lovely MimzyTV, who also has a Twitch, so if you're interested at all, I think this is... Okay, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, please give them a follow, because, they made this Skeb logo for me, and it is so nice, which we'll get more into in a little bit. But yeah, there's the little art palette. Welcome in, Ryan and Mark. Hi. Happy to see you guys. Welcome in. Yeah. So quick reference sheet, real quick facts about our little JijiTiger. He, or I guess, am a young tiger deer hybrid, or you could call me a cub fawn, because I am both a tiger and a deer. Pronouns are he, him, of course. 5'2" tall. He's strawberry themed. The freckles on his cheeks are supposed to resemble fawn spots. He's got curly hair, even though I didn't quite let that come across as well as I'd hoped for. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, a lot of Jiji's design is honestly kind of just what I want to look like in real life. A little bit. I love the dark freckles, and I love the curly hair. I wish I looked like this in real life, but alas. Yeah, and Jiji style, cute and childlike clothing, semi-femme kind of style. Not, like, I'm okay with, like, feminine clothing, but not, like, skirts and dresses, if that makes sense. Like, I'm chill with, like, femboy stuff, because I am kind of a femboy, but yeah, anything other than pants, no thank you. I love the overalls. Me too. I thought they were so cute. Yeah, and then gentle and positive. That's just kind of the vibes that I'm going for. Alright, and now we can get into the concept through the reality, to reality. This is the little, like, work through process. I have a couple of slides of this. That is my very first drawing of JijiTiger. As you can see, the freckles remind you of strawberries too. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. That's so cute. But yeah, Jiji's first drawing was back in March. And my mods will be able to tell you, I was thinking about... No, it wasn't actually, but it works out. I actually think in this first drawing, Jiji's freckles are heart-shaped. You can't see it very well, but I think that was what I was originally going for, is heart-shaped freckles, and then they turned into fawn spots. But yeah, and then the antlers were just like little nubs. They were very small. And his hair was way curlier than it looks now, but that kind of changed with the art style. And then literally the next day, I got on my computer and I drew Jiji. I think I used like a 3D model to like draw him, so it was like really messy. And that was okay, because that was all I needed to get out. I think you can see, yeah, baby deer antlers, subtle 3 mouth, freckles. I can't read what's underneath that. Oversized sweater. The shoes. I had plans for more detailed shoes, and then I didn't do them because I can't draw shoes very well yet. And then I made a little mood board for him too, with like a tiger and a deer, and then strawberry shortcake and overalls, and then the K-pop artists that kind of were sort of inspired, that did somewhat inspire Jiji. The name Jiji actually comes from the two K-pop artists on the left, who their stage names are Joshua and Uji from 17, but their real life names are Jisoo and Jihoon, and they've been a huge source of comfort to me in the time since I was 17 right here. They were a huge comfort to me in like the time when I wasn't streaming and not having a good time. So I thought it would be cute to name myself after them. I thought it was appropriate. And then on the right is Hoshi, also from 17. And he's the reason why I love tigers so much. His love for tigers inspired my own love for tigers. And he's also just a cutie patootie. I love them all so very much. They are my 3 biases. I gotta stop saying so much. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So that's the first reference sheet. And then couple weeks later, I had a PNG tuber made by the wonderful Nico Ara. I don't know if she has. Thanks, Slicks. I don't know if Nico has a Twitch account, but if they made this first PNG tuber for me, and I know I'm not using it, but I am so grateful that I had them commissioned, that I commissioned them for this, because if it wasn't for this little PNG tuber, I would not have gotten started on getting streaming ready again. So I am so incredibly grateful for this PNG tuber, even though I haven't done anything with it. It's so cute, isn't it? It's just adorable. Yeah, and then 2 months later, it looks like, I drew Jiji myself for the first time, using that little base. I guess it wasn't the first time. Maybe? I think that was the first one. Oh, won't that be embarrassing if that's not actually the first time I drew him? No, I think it is, at least as far as I can tell. Yeah, and then that eventually turned into all of these other drawings that you'll be seeing soon, and yeah. Also, credit to Nico. Nico is definitely the first time, or the, if it wasn't for Nico drawing Jiji, the antlers would not look like they do now. They would still be little nubs on the top of his head. So I really love how these antlers look. So thank you, Nico, so much again for everything you've made. All right, and then I wanted to do a quick logo as well. This one, way more straightforward. So this was the first logo concept I literally slapped together in Canva, just because I was just looking at logos on VGen, and I was like, man, I would love to have like a logo made. And I just slapped it together, and then I sent it to MimzyTV, who is amazing. And it was a skeb commission, which is like, it's like you don't communicate during the process, and you get what you get. And I was so happy with how it turned out. It did take a little longer than expected. My original planned debut date was May 22nd. But the logo not being ready was not the reason I didn't debut on May 22nd. There were a bunch of different reasons. I just was not ready yet. But it worked out, because then I got to have this adorable little logo. Yeah, so there's the antlers and the tiger ears, and the Korean on the bottom says Jiji Horangi, which is JijiTiger in Korean. And the reason that I have that on there is because part of the reason I wanted to start streaming was so that I could get some practice in speaking Korean, because I've been trying very hard to learn Korean. I think it was like towards the end of April, I started journaling every single day in Korean. Hold on, let me take a drink real quick. Yeah, so I started journaling in Korean every day and like really starting to take it seriously. I think it was April 22nd was the first entry. Um and I've been kind of listening to people speak Korean. There's like podcasts and stuff and just watching K-dramas. But the one thing that I didn't think I was going to have a way to do it, to practice my Korean, was the speaking. I didn't I don't know anybody that's actually Korean or who speaks Korean. So like I was like, how am I gonna speak Korean? So I decided that I would partially use my uh VTubing, my Twitch streaming to do that, to like practice the speaking. Which I was also planning on like streaming on YouTube as well, because it's kind of funny, Greg Miller, that I'm streaming on Twitch to practice my Korean. Wait, you are? I knew you were like Asian, but I didn't know you were Korean. That's fun. I didn't know that. um Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's ironic that I'm using Twitch to practice my Korean speaking, because Twitch is not available in Korea anymore. Which is why I was originally planning on streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. But I didn't have time to set up the YouTube for now. But yeah. But yeah. So that's why the Korean is there. I myself am not Korean. I want to make that real clear at the beginning. I am so white. I'm like Elmer's glue white. But I really love Korean culture, and I feel like Korean culture goes over everything that I like about Korea. Kind of a very broad spectrum. Because he just hadn't had the time. Yeah, I will be honest. Oh, sorry, I spiked the mic there. It does take a lot of time to learn Korean. There are nights, like last night especially, it took me half an hour to write one sentence. Because it was a more complicated sentence. I was definitely like challenging myself with it. But yeah, languages are hard, man. It's even a language that seems like it's easy. No, there's so much to learn. Like, not even just like in terms of language, but like culture around it, and like there's just so much. So I don't blame people for falling out of learning languages, because it's hard. But I've been working really hard to keep up with it. So hopefully I will be able to speak it very soon. Body's like ghostly white. Yeah, me too. I don't leave the house, so I'm like translucent. Alright. So now let's move on to me. As if this whole stream isn't about me, kind of. So, a little about me. My name is Jiji. You can also call me Tiger Cub if you want. I will respond to that. Excuse me. And if you know my older names too, that's okay too. Just not my legal name or my dead name. Those are the same name, actually. my IRL name or my dead name. I would ask that you do not call me that on stream if you know it. But otherwise, I'm good with Jiji, Tiger Cub. Yeah. Birthday is July 14th, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. That is also why I forgot to mention this, but if you watch for 1 hour at a time, or if you gift a subscription, or subscribe at all, I think, from today through July 15th, you will get an extra badge by your name. Or the option to have another badge by your name. I think one of them, if you subscribe, you get a little bunny, and if you watch for an hour, you will have a little caterpillar. I thought they were really cute, and they're by the same artist as the sub badges that I have. So if you're interested in either of those, either keep watching or sub, which no pressure to sub because I know the economy is like awful right now. So like if you don't have the money to sub or just don't want to, please do not feel pressured to at all. It is completely up to you, completely unmandatory. What's the word? Optional. So yeah, don't stress about it if you can't or don't want to sub. It's totally fine. I will not judge you or anything along those lines. Moving on. As I mentioned before, I am a tiger-deer hybrid. Specifically a kind of young one, because Jiji is... I didn't do this on purpose, but Jiji is very much a representation of my own inner child, which Mr. Rogers... I really try to channel Mr. Rogers, or I'm planning to really channel Mr. Rogers in everything I do on this stream. And I didn't realize until I was watching a documentary recently, but Mr. Rogers used Daniel Striped Tiger also as kind of a representation of his inner child as well. And that was totally not planned at all. I just really like tigers. They're my favorite animal. So yeah, and then I really like deer too, because deer are the representative animal of Joshua of 17, which is why I kind of picked that too. He's like the other person that like I really look up to. There's Mr. Rogers, and then there's Joshua of 17. He's kind of my like masculinity role model, I guess, in a way. Tigers are also your favorite animal? I feel like I knew that about you, but I forgot. Frogs being up there for you too totally tracks with Poliwag. Okay, yeah, so my age, I'm 28 years old right now. On the 14th, that will change. Obviously, that's how aging works. Oh, this song that's playing right now, I don't know how well you can hear the music. Never mind. It's not the song I thought it was. Never mind. Moving on. Yeah, so I will be 90 years old on the 14th. You know what? You got me. You got me. Listen, some people will say, once they get, like, older, they're like, this is my 29th birthday, no matter what birthday it is. For me, this is my 90th birthday, no matter what year it is. Yeah, so, Oshi marks. Those, for those of you who don't know, ads coming in, by the way, I am so sorry. I'll be 90 for the rest of my life. Oh my gosh, I'm the same age as my grandfather. Okay, so for those of you who don't know VTuber kind of culture, Oshi marks are like little emojis that you can put in your... Light! Oh my goodness, thank you so much for coming to hang out for just to say hi. I really appreciate that. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. And thank you for the congratulations. Ah, I hope you have a good day. And, or, yeah, whatever you're up to after this, I hope you have a good one. Thank you for coming. Yeah, so, Oshi marks are... let me explain this for the third time. I'm sorry, I keep repeating myself. They're little to show in like deeper VTuber culture. I'm very skim the surface level of VTuber culture. Oshi marks are... Let's wait until ads are done, actually. Let's think of something to do while we're waiting. While we're waiting for something new to do. Let's try to think of a song while we're waiting. That It's liberating. I'm sorry, this song does not match the music at all. Oh man, I should like have that set up and ready to go for whenever we get ads. I wonder how long the official recording of that song is. I'm sure I would get bopped for oh, what's the word? For copyrighted music for it. But that would be really cute, wouldn't it? Let me see if I can. So if it's like exactly a minute and a half, that would be really cute. Oops, 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 oops. Okay. Let's see, let's see. Okay, it's not on this album. Oh no, ads. Is everyone back? Are we back? Chat? You're back? Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm looking really quickly for a specific Mr. Rogers song on iTunes to see if I can find it, because I think it would be really cute to play. Oh, it's 2 minutes long. 1:55. That would be like perfect to play during ads. Let me like wishlist it. Okay. That's okay. I didn't say anything. I stopped because I was like, ads are here and I don't think anybody watching right now is subscribed, which is totally fine. I was just talking about how there's a Mr. Rogers song called Let's Think of Something to Do While We're Waiting, and I was singing it a little bit and it did not match the music that was playing. So then I was like, ooh, I wonder if I could just like buy the song and we could play it on stream. But that's not a topic for right now. Okay, Oshi marks. Let's try this again. In like really deeper VTuber culture, maybe even like Japanese VTuber culture, which is like where VTuber culture originated. Some people will have like one VTuber that they watch that's their favorite, called their Oshi, and they will put a couple of emojis in their like their handle on like Twitter or Blue Sky or wherever to show that they are a fan of this person. My Oshi marks, you don't have to use these. This is not mandatory or anything. But I thought it would be cute to have some of my own. So they're a strawberry, because I'm a strawberry tiger, little paw prints to represent the tiger, and a deer, because I'm a deer. They're pretty self-explanatory. I really wish that they just had like antlers, but I didn't want to have like a tiger and a deer right next to each other, so I thought the little paw prints were cute. And also, I really love how every other place where you use the paw prints emoji, they're like brown or black. They're blue on this screen, and I think that is adorable because I love Blue's Clues. Like, still. It's one of, like I haven't been able to watch it recently because it's on Paramount, and, like, I am not supporting Paramount right now. But, like, whenever I'm, like, having panic attacks or something, that's usually, like, my go-to show to watch. So, like, I think that's really cute how it turned out that way. And then an art tag. Not everybody has this. This is another kind of VTuber thing. But if you make fan art of me, or make anything that you want me to see, you can tag me. I don't use Twitter anymore, but on Blue Sky, you can use the tag JijiTiger. I thought that was a cute way to put it. A lot of VTubers will have a little art tag like that. And this one is mine. No pressure to make fan art or anything. I just thought it would be cute to make one. Love it. Oh, thank you. It's cute. Thank you. All right, moving on to the things that I love. I'm gonna talk a lot about this. Okay. ever since I started Adderall about a month ago, I have forgotten the skill of learning how to shut up. Which is a wonderful skill to have here, I think. Or a wonderful skill to not have here. But in real life, it's not always the best. But it works here, so I'm okay with it. I feel like I'm like my 10-year-old self again before I learned how to suppress everything. Anyway. So yeah, the things that I love. There are obviously quite a few things. First of all, I love learning. When I was in school, I did terribly in school. I'm not gonna lie. I never studied. When I was in music school, I never practiced. I hated the idea of practicing, gave me anxiety, all that stuff. But like outside of school, I've discovered I have such a thirst for knowledge. Like especially learning about like the Bible and like Christianity and stuff. It's so fascinating to like look at the like original text and the culture around it and how it got translated through different times and cultures into what it is in the modern Western Bibles now. Dude, I was like doing one study on like Psalm 17. I was starting to do like a daily Bible reading, and I was like, okay, there's like 5 chapters a day that I'm supposed to read, and I'll like write down some notes while I'm doing it so that I could like actually learn a lot and the things that I'm interested in learning about, like what does this specific word mean in Hebrew or Greek or whatever. I was like, I'm just gonna like deep dive kind of into this. But the Psalms should be easy. Psalm 17 is like 3 stanzas. It should be easy. Like 2 lines. Guys, I filled up the entire page with notes. It really is. It's so much fun learning. And then like learning about you guys. I'm so interested in learning everything there is to learn about this community and everyone in it. I love learning about Korean culture, obviously, but like other cultures. Learning like art techniques and everything like that. It's so fun. Speaking of Korean culture, I'm very into Korean culture. I did get into it through K-pop. Thank you, shout out to Glasses Journal, who originally got me into 17. I fell in love with that silly little group, my silly little men. They have my heart fully and completely. I'm actually staring at my calendar that I have of the 17. Like, it's a 17 calendar, and the picture for this month is Wooji, who's my bios. So I'm like, oh my goodness, look at him, he's smiling at me. But it was through them and through my love of them that I started getting into Korean culture. I started learning about things like Chuseok, which is like Korean Thanksgiving, is how a lot of people describe it. And then I started learning about like all of the like cultural differences, and then I started learning about the history. I'm so into the history now. I haven't had the time to delve into it yet, but like learning about it, it's so fun. And now I'm learning the language, not because of 17, but just because I love the language. And I think it kind of fits in almost perfectly with my love of learning about like Christianity, because Christianity in Korea relatively is so young. It's so young. It was like Catholicism came to Korea in like the late 1700s, and then Protestantism came in the late 1800s. It's so young. One of your fellow protectors in the system considers himself Catholic, and Mark has been learning about the Bible recently, so it's cool to hear other people's thoughts. Yeah, honestly, I love learning about the Bible. And like, I know that like there's a huge problem in the United States right now with like Christian nationalism. That is not the kind of Christianity that I follow, and I want to be very clear about that, because I know that that is something that rightfully scares people away. That is not the kind of Christian that I am. I want to be very clear about that. But yeah, I love learning about like other people's theologies. Actually, this past Wednesday, I went to talk to my pastor just to like get to know him and stuff. And we talked for like an hour just talking about like theology and stuff. It was really cool. But anyway, back to Korean culture. It's a very young Christianity there, and it is so fascinating because like their churches are so loud. Like in America, if you go to church, a lot of the Caucasian churches here, I should specify, are like, you're quiet, you have your head down and you pray, and that's it. And you don't say a word. But in Korea, people are like shouting things and like having a good time. It's so cool to like learn about. But yeah, I have my Bible is half Korean, or it's both in Korean and English. I'm obviously learning Korean. It's a huge part of this stream is going to be Korean stuff. So also, if you hear me saying things like "wa aigo," and things like that, I have adapted some of their like exclamations kind of into the things, my own vernacular. So if you hear something and you're like, I don't know what that means, it's probably Korean. That's also where Songjeon comes from. Songjeon. I'll get into that in a little bit, but that's a Korean word. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Mr. Rogers. I love Mr. Rogers. I don't remember watching him when I was growing up because I'm in that little sweet spot between Mr. Rogers ending and JijiTiger beginning. I was 5 when Mr. Rogers passed away, which means that I was 3, I think, when the show ended, because I think it was in March that the show ended, 2001. Jason does not like how people in the US are. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of good Christians in the United States, but unfortunately the ones that are the loudest and the most well-known are not. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. You do think Korean culture and language is really cool? It is. It's fascinating. Yeah, Mr. Rogers, the show ended, I think, when I was 3. And then JijiTiger started when I was in high school. So, like, I didn't get Mr. Rogers when I was growing up, but I have since super fallen in love with him because part of it is because the fraternity that I was in when I was in college, he is also a member of, and also because, not to dox myself, but I am in the relative, using that word very, very generously, the relative, Pittsburgh area. So it's like, I feel comfortable saying this because she doesn't live there anymore, but my grandmother and Mr. Rogers grew up around the same time, like an hour away. So like sometimes when Mr. Rogers speaks, I'm like, I hear my grandmother in that. Yeah, he is such a role model to me now, both because he's so gentle and he's so good at teaching people, and his love is so absolute. And like a lot of people will like look at Mr. Rogers and be like, wow, he was like the perfect human, he was a saint. And it's like, no, he wasn't. He was human, and that is my favorite part about him. He made mistakes and had to change his mind on things as he grew and learned, and he never stopped growing and learning until the day he died. So yeah, he's definitely a role model. Also, another part of why he's my role model is because when he was a Presbyterian minister, or like he went to seminary school, and the ministry that he was charged with was Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, was his show. Maybe not specifically his show, because it was a few years before the show aired, but like his work in TV was that was what he was charged with when he became a minister. So, like, that's, like, what I want to do. I'm obviously not a minister. I have not gone to seminary school. I don't even have a bachelor's degree to go to seminary school. But, like, the way that he was able to spread the truth of God's love and the very core of it without even mentioning him, I think is fantastic. So that's kind of what I want to be. Is the Mr. Rogers of Twitch, almost. Coffee and root beer, I feel like those are pretty self-explanatory. Those are my 2 favorite drinks. I don't need coffee anymore. I mean, I kind of do. But now that I'm on ADHD medication, I don't. But I love coffee. It's my favorite thing. I drink it every morning. And then root beer, I drink when I can. I don't buy it all the time, but, like, it's my favorite drink. Have I ever combined them? No. No. I knew somebody was gonna say that, and that's why I put the line between them. But no. No, I have not. And I don't plan to. None of us in the system actually watched, but we've heard a lot about him. Yeah, he's pretty amazing. There's actually a YouTube channel now where they're posting full episodes, and right now they have, like, a live stream of, like, 1 week of episodes. It's Transformation Week, which, like, once... I need to not continue info dumping because the stream is gonna go on forever if I do this, but, for the first handful of years, it was 5 days a week and, like, just different, like, one long kind of storyline, but then he took a break for a few years, and then when he came back, they started doing, like, themed weeks. And the week that's playing on live on repeat on YouTube right now is Transformations Week. There's also, if you have Amazon and you subscribe to the PBS Kids channel, you can watch, I think there's, like, 2 separate groups of so many episodes. So if you'd be interested in watching any of those, I highly recommend. Also, you can watch shows like Zaboomafoo, which I also watch a lot, and Reading Rainbow. What other shows? There's a lot of other shows on there. So I highly recommend the PBS Kids because it's like $5 a month, which is, I think, a pretty good deal for that many shows, honestly. Anyway, coffee and root beer, love them. Favorite drinks. Also a big fan of water and chalky milk, but those 2 were the ones that I feel like are the most defining of me. Tigers, I feel like that's self-explanatory. I love tigers. They're so cute. They're just big kitties. Thank you, Hoshi of 17, for getting me into tigers. I love them so much. They're so cute. Love me some chalky milk. Me too. Me too, bro. Some of our littles would love PBS Kids. They would. It's great. And they're so calm. There's such calm shows. I love... Zaboomafoo also, I know, has, like, a live channel running on YouTube at all times. I've watched that a couple times recently. So, OK Goodnight and 17, those are my 2 favorite bands. They're 2 very different genres. 17 is K-pop, obviously, as I've mentioned before. And then OK Goodnight, they are a progressive art rock kind of heavy band. They just released an album on the 12th, and I've been listening to it nonstop. It's so good. I love them. All their albums have been bangers. This one especially, Stop Go, has been probably is my favorite one now. For a lot of different reasons. I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to stream the entire day. I will talk about them for hours if I have the chance. Okay. Creating. I love creating. Whether it's drawing, writing, just like daydreaming. Love it. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. I just like making things. It's just fun to make things. Especially, like, making things with your own 2 hands. That's part of why I don't... In the Discord, generative AI is banned. And that's part of why, because I feel like everybody should get the chance to try to create with their own two hands or their own mind. Because it's such a rewarding experience. Even if you think it's bad, you still made it. I got a reward box? What? For what? Oh! Guys, if you've been here from the start, you get your little caterpillar badge. Wow, I didn't think I was gonna get that. Yeehaw! Mark hasn't listened to much 17, but he does listen to some Stray Kids. Yeah, Stray Kids, a lot of people like Stray Kids. There's something to know about me is that when it comes to music, I am not connected to one specific genre. I pick artists. And then from artists, like my go-to playlist is like every song is a different genre. How do you see it? If you click your chat identity, which should be like at the very left of your chat box, you should be able to pick it. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see, maybe you'll have to refresh to get it actually, but if you've been watching for an hour, you should have it. It should be an option to put as a badge. I don't know if you and Zufio will be able to since you're mods. Yeah. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, and then the last thing I love is love. I just love loving people. I love having friends. I love talking to people. I love socializing. Now that I'm on ADHD medication and I don't have the, what's it called? Executive dysfunction keeping me from leaving my house. It's so much fun. I love talking to people. I love seeing people love things. I love loving things. I love loving people. I just love love. Yeah. I feel like that is... we finally made it through that slide, I think. Okay. Next slide, I don't remember what it is. Shuji! Shuji! Guys, this is our mascot! Shuji, this is how he looks at the end of the story, with his little tiger traits growing on him. He is a resident of Songjeon, which is the forest where Jiji and Shuji live, and who the community is living with. This is what I will be renaming the Discord to. It will no longer be the Celestial Cafe. It will, later today, I will have everything changed, and it will be known as Songjeon. And Shuji will be the icon for it. He's our little mascot. He looks so adorable. Thank you. I'm very happy with how he turned out. I gave him his colors, or I kind of tried to match them to my colors. So the little stripes are the same color as my ears, and the little airbrush tips of his antlers are the same color as my antlers. I wanted that to kind of mimic how whenever deer's antlers are starting to grow and they're budding, they have a velvet kind of texture on them. So I kind of wanted that to be mimicked there. And then the little stripes that are growing, they look kind of like fawn spots that are slowly turning into stripes. And then his tail is a little bit bigger, kind of growing towards a tiger tail almost. And then the hair, I don't know if I'm gonna keep the hair, but I like the hair. I think it's cute. Yeah, and then, yeah. He's always gentle, or he's gentle and always happy to see what his cub fawn will bring him today. So I kind of want to, this is a very last second decision, but I would love to, at the end of stream, pick something that I've learned and be like, Shuji, this is what I learned today. The love that he and Jiji have for each other is so strong that it began to physically transform them, and now they both have tiger and deer traits. I do plan on drawing a full, feral, furry version of Jiji at some point. Not today, but eventually. Also, shout out to Hot Coffee. I think it was on Gumroad or Ko-fi. I don't remember which. That I bought this base from. This puzzle base. I'll have to look it back up. So cute, thank you. I'm very happy with how he turned out. I think he's very cute. But yeah, Shuji will also be available as a character to draw in Art Fight, which I don't know if I'll have time to get into that today, but that starts on June 1st or July 1st. It's basically an event where like artists will draw each other's characters, and it's just like a gift. It's basically just an art gifting event for the entire month, which I will be participating in this year. Yeah. Shuji will be available. Jiji is also available to attack, which is what that's called. I love the bond that Jiji and Shuji has. Thank you. Yeah, Shuji is kind of... I mentioned how Jiji is kind of the representation of my inner child. Shuji is kind of the representation of, like, everything I would want in a parent. Just, like, that genuine, unconditional love and, like, adoration and all of that. Yeah. I also, this is kind of unintentional, but when I was reading my story back, I kind of realized that Shuji definitely has, like, Christian God vibes. Like, Shuji is very similar to how the Christian God is in my theology. Just, like, that unconditional love, loves you for you, and, like, very excited to see what you're gonna bring back whenever you get to heaven, which I think is really cute. It was totally unintentional, but I like how it turned out. Oh my goodness! The community! I wanted this to be a cuter reveal, but the community name, we are Soup! Sing me the song of your people, Soup! Sing me the song of your friends, Soup! Sing me the song of the good times, Soup! Soup! If anybody was on Tumblr in the ancient days, I hope you know that song. So, soup! The reason we are named this. A soup can't be a soup if every ingredient is the same. Salt is very different than a tomato, is very different than cream, but every ingredient is just as important as the next. Our community is going to be full of many different people from many different walks of life, and every single one of you is needed to make the soup taste its very best. That is why we are a soup. The also second hidden reason that we're named soup is the Korean word for forest is soup. So I thought that would be like a good, cute little thing. Because we are all in this community, and we are all important and needed, no matter how big or small. Because like if you just boil some water and add a bunch of salt to it, that's not a good soup. If you just boil a tomato, I mean, I guess if you really like tomatoes, I guess it would be a good soup. But, oh, that reminds me. I did add some better TTV emotes if you have that extension. I don't know if I can do them where I am here, but there are a couple of soup emotes. So yeah, that is your community name. You guys are my soup. You're the soup. Welcome to the soup. Alright, we're having an ad in like a minute. So I think I'm going... I'm trying to remember what the next slide is. Yeah, let's wait on this slide until the ad break is over. I'm so sorry about the mic. Yeah, until the ad break is over. Water break. Yes, let's take a quick break. It has been an hour. So get up, get a snack, and we will be right back. I will also take this moment to step away and grab something to eat because my tummy is growling. So yeah, we will be right back. Alright. Did everyone have a good break? Can you hear me okay? Is the mic shorting out and being weird? Apologies if it is. I need to figure out a different setup, because I think that what's making it weird. Oh, I moved a little further away too. Part of why I think it's like weird is because the cord connecting it to my computer is like resting against my chair. I do plan to like reorganize my desk a little bit. But yeah. Sort of Matt, I hope you have a good day. If I don't see you again, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate you being here. Genuinely, seriously. Thank you for being here. And I hope you have a good time. Did you guys get any good food? I ate 2 graham crackers that are like kind of stale, but they tasted really good. Let me take a sip. I decided I'm gonna eat ice cream. You got air? Yeehaw! What flavor bag of chips did you get? Alright. Well, now that everyone's back, the next slide is very important. The rules! These are most of the rules. There are a couple that I forgot to put on this slide, but for the most part, these are the rules. First and foremost, be respectful. I also forgot to update that. I'm realizing. Okay, so yeah, first and foremost, be respectful. None of the isms, phobias, like, don't be racist, don't be, sexist, don't be ableist, homophobic, transphobic, any of that. I feel like that's a given, but just try to be respectful in that way. Also, if someone comes in here acting like that, gonna eat and take a shower. Okay, enjoy. I hope your food is delicious, and I hope your shower is very cleansing. And I look forward to seeing you again later. Have fun! Yeah, if somebody comes in and is being, like, really one of those prejudices, or just saying, like, nasty things, please don't fight back with them. Please don't, like, engage with them. Just let the mods take care of it. Or me. I would really like this chat to be, like, a calm and chill kind of place. A place where, like, I've said this before, but, like, I want this to be a place where you can feel like your inner child can come out for safety. Or where it feels safe enough that your inner child can come out and explore the world again. So, yeah, if you're fighting back with people, just let the mods take care of it, please. And especially respect the mods as rule number 2. That's self-explanatory. Don't fight with them, please. If you disagree with the decision, take it to me. But please don't fight with the mods, especially not, like, in public, I guess. That also being said, though, this is something that just came to mind now, but if anybody in the community, including the mods, makes you feel uncomfortable, please come to me about it, if it's one of the mods, or if it's... I'm not saying that my mods would. Obviously, if I thought you guys were gonna make people uncomfortable, I wouldn't have picked you to be my mods. But just as, like, a general rule of thumb, if anybody makes you uncomfortable, please bring it to me, or the mods, if it's not a mod. Okay. Good. Keep it heavy personal topics to a minimum. So things like if somebody in your family is, like, really sick, or, like, things like mental health, severe mental health problems and stuff like that, I would like this to be, like, I do have to keep you to the same standards, that is true, yes. If it's, like really heavy, and this includes things like celebrity death. If somebody celebrity has died, or like terrible news, like if we get like 9/11 part 2 or anything like that, don't bring it up in chat, please. There are channels in the Discord. If one of the mods could type that command in, please, because my keyboard is currently blocked. There is a channel in the Discord, Support Searching, if you are looking for a place where you want to talk about those things. Please keep it in there. Pretty please. The next rule, this one is definitely nuanced. Please no politics in chat. This is very nuanced, because I do not believe that somebody's right to exist and somebody's right to live is political. Live and thrive. That's not a political thing to me. But part of the reason this is in chat, it's not because I'm uncomfortable with these topics. It is because I want you guys to stand up for the things that you believe in, of course. I want you to protest as you see fit and stand up for the things you believe in. I just said that. I'm saying it again. However, I want you guys to do it in a safe way. With the current political situation in the US right now, you need to be very wary about what you're saying in places where it can be recorded. And that includes Twitch chat and Discord. So, yeah, anything about, like, specific politicians or, like, just, like, specifically, like, the general administration and stuff like that, please be, if it comes up, please don't bring it up on your own. And if it does, please be so careful about the things you're saying. And I'm doing this for your safety, not because I'm uncomfortable with it. If you do want to talk about that kind of stuff, DMs, whispers, that kind of stuff. But yeah, just as like a general rule of thumb, not just in my chat, but just in general, please just be careful about what you're saying online where it can be recorded, because we don't know who's taking this information and what they're going to do with it. So yeah, that heavy topic out of the way. Everyone is welcome here. That includes people that you think are weird and strange. If they're harmless, they are welcome here. This obviously does not include people who are, like, known... What's the word I'm looking for? If somebody is known to be making people intentionally uncomfortable, like if somebody's sending, like, sexual messages and things like that, they will not be allowed in unless they are showing, like, clear signs that they're changing and improving themselves. But, like, people who are just, like, weird, like, I don't think weird is a bad word, but, like, who are not, like, oh my gosh, I didn't plan this part very well. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. People that, like, the general internet don't like. How do I phrase this? I'm thinking about people like age regressors, dissociative systems, witches, furries. People that, like, when they get, like, when, like, the mainstream media or mainstream, when, like, their tweets and stuff leave their audience, they get a lot of hate for it. Those people are more than welcome here. So, like, if you see anybody being, like, weird, don't be disrespectful as long as they are harmless. Because, like, all of those 4 things that I mentioned, they are not bad. They're just uncommon. You know? Like, just because something is different doesn't mean it's wrong. So, they are welcome here, and if you don't like that, then, you don't have to stay, I guess. Yeah. Also, the 2 rules that I have that I forgot to put in the slides, I would prefer for this to be a family-friendly kind of stream. So if we can avoid topics like sex, cussing, graphic imagery, I would really appreciate it if we could keep that to a minimum. If you have like I feel like, I don't know, part of the reason I want this, we are an 18 plus community in age, but there's people like what Mark said a little bit ago about how he has littles in his system, or in their system, sorry. I want this to be a safe place for people like that, but also for people who are like adults that are still living under the control of some people that are not in like the healthiest of environments, and they have people controlling what they watch and are like, if it's too mature, they're not allowed to watch it. I still want those people here. I want those people to feel safe here. So that's part of why I want to be family friendly. The main reason why I want it to be family friendly. The other rule that I forgot to add, I don't have it written anywhere, but like, if we could, just for my own sake, please avoid like very flashy emotes, like strobe light kind of flashy emotes. I get migraines from flashing lights, so like, please, if we could keep those to a minimum, that would be fantastic. All right, I think that's all the rules out of the way. Oh, also, this doesn't really apply here as much as the Discord, because I don't know how you would really use it here, but please know generative AI. There are ways that AI can be used for good, like doctors and like coding and stuff, but that's not like generative AI, the stuff that's like, you know, not regulated and stealing from people. None of that, please. If you want to make something, please, 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 I encourage you to make it with your own hands. I really encourage creativity and all of that. So please, no generative AI. All right, the next slide is a little bit different. Guidelines. These are not rules. And I want to be very clear about that. These are not rules. If you do not do these things, you are not going to get into trouble. Nobody's going to ban you or time you out or anything like that, unless you are also breaking the hard rules at the same time. These are just things that I would like the soup community to be known for. Just like something to like strive for, you know, as like people. I want this to be a community where we can all learn and grow and heal and stuff. So I had these little guidelines. Again, you won't be in trouble if you don't follow these. But first and foremost, respect your feelings. And I mean all of them. I have a quote from Mr. Rogers on my little corkboard, actually. I didn't plan this, but it fits perfectly. If we can allow ourselves to be gentle with ourselves, no matter what our feelings may be, we have the chance of discovering the very deep roots of who we are. Yeah, if you're angry, if you're sad, if you're super excited, if you're panicking, anxious. Was that a squeak? Sorry. Was that the song? Sorry. Yeah, respect your feelings. Don't just try to shove them away or ignore them. I don't know where else it would have been. Yeah, don't like repress your emotions. Don't try to pretend you're not having them. Treat them with respect because they are a part of you. And that really threw me off. I bet it was the song because there's a bunch of different little sound effects. Yeah, I've been in therapy since like February, and one of the best things that I've learned how to do is learn how to deal with my emotions. So like being angry really scares me, but like I've learned how to work with it because it is still a part of me. And being sad, being anxious, all of that, that's kind of what I'm going for with this. Just like, just respect yourself. Understand that, yeah, whatever you're feeling, it's okay. I'm sure that when I wrote this, I had a more coherent explanation of this in my head. It's slipped away. Second thing, love your neighbors and your enemies. I feel like love your neighbor is kind of self-explanatory. Love the people that love you. Take care of them. But also with love your enemies too. So like the people that don't like you, people who are like persecuting you, stuff like that. I guess this just means like don't go after them for like revenge. My brain is shutting down, guys. I've talked too much. Yeah, just like try to treat everybody with love and respect and kindness. Even if they don't like you. Let me take a sip. We're almost there. We are. Yeah, don't like if people are treating you terribly, don't throw it back at them, I guess. Try to, like, you know, take care of them and stuff. Okay. We can do this. Explore the world around you. This one is my favorite one of these. I have a tendency to stay at home and do nothing else but be on my computer. But it's so much more fun when if you have the opportunity, excuse me, sorry, if you have the opportunity to just like see what events are going on around you, like in your community, your physical community. And like I started going to church, and that's a lot of fun. Be really careful about what church you go to though, because I know that's like a scary thing right now, but that's a whole different topic for another day. And then like I like to go to the park. I like to just walk around town and all that. It's so much fun, and like you can learn so much just from exploring. Just be curious. I want you guys to be curious and open to learning. Yeah. And then don't pour from a broken or empty cup. If you don't have the energy to take care of other people, take care of yourself first. If you don't have the money to take care of other people, take care of yourself first. All that stuff. Which is why for subscriptions, I'm like, it's not mandatory by any means. Just please take care of yourself first, because I know it's rough right now. Yeah. I will probably go over these again in a future stream because my brain really is just frying right now. Next, the goals. Yes. These are the goals that I want for our community. Or for my streams. My goals as a streamer. I want our community to be a place where it's safe to let out your inner child and let it explore. I feel like I've addressed this already a lot, but like, yeah, I just want this to be like a safe place, because I know everybody's got that inner child in them. And they deserve to be treated with love and respect, and to heal. They deserve a chance to heal from anything that might have happened to you when you were a kid. So I want this to be a safe place for that. This one is kind of an out there one, but I want our community to hold our values high enough that we could maybe potentially catch the eye of the Fred Rogers Institute, which is like, I mean, kind of self-explanatory. It's like the Mr. Rogers Foundation, kind of. I would love to work with them eventually one day, but also there was another community that I really was like, oh, I would love to work with you, but I can't remember who they are now. And then my final goal, I want to be able to support myself and my cats and pay my bills and all that, be able to be like a full-time streamer. Maybe even not necessarily a full-time streamer, but I would like to be able to do streaming and be able to not just support myself, but I want to be able to have enough that I can donate to other people. Like, anytime someone shares like a GoFundMe or a Ko-fi or anything like that, I always wish so badly that I had the funds to help with that kind of stuff. And I would love to be able to like donate to charities and stuff like that. So I am not looking for money for myself. I'm looking for money to give away. Kind of. I hope that doesn't sound too like self-centered, conceited kind of thing. But I just want to help people. That's my my ultimate goal with these streams. Even like not just monetarily, but like that's part of why I'm streaming, is to help people be a place of healing and stuff. Yeah, I want to help people feel good and feel loved and supported. Yeah. And then I don't remember what the last slide is. Oh, the schedule! This is the last slide, and it's very important. This is the stream schedule that I have set up. I want a little asterisk thing, footnote. I am not sure if the days that are 1 p.m., I don't know if these will be at 1 p.m. I'm going to try them for this week, but I might bump them back to 11 a.m. because then I won't end up like this where my Adderall is wearing off and I'm brain dissolving. So we'll see how the next couple of streams go. We'll see Monday and Wednesday, and we can make a decision on next Saturday on what time we will be streaming. But yeah, 1 o'clock EST. This is Eastern Standard Time or Daylight Time. I don't know which one we're in right now. And then on Fridays, if you've been in the community for a long time, you might know about this. I want to do little slumber party streams. So we'll hang out and like do community games, like online multiplayer games like Jackbox and stuff. Maybe we'll like watch a movie, obviously not on Twitch, but like something like that. I'd love to do that again. I remember doing them back when I streamed ages ago, though so many eras ago, but yeah, I would love to bring that back. Caveat to this. That being said, when I was planning this debut stream, I was only thinking about the debut day. I was only thinking about today. I was not considering the rest of the week. I do have plans this Friday night already. So we will not be having a sleepover stream this week, and I'm so sorry. I just did not even think about it. And I don't know about Saturday either, because that is the 4th of July, which is a big holiday in the United States. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm leaning towards definitely having a stream on Saturday, but there's a possibility that it could change, is what I'm saying. And then Tuesdays and Sundays for certain I will not be streaming. Tuesdays I have planned events already, and then Sundays are my day of doing nothing and completely unplugging from the internet. And at least that's the plan anyway. So no streams on Sunday for sure. No streams on Tuesday. Thursdays, you could maybe convince me. Maybe. We'll see. But, yeah. Another thing that I want to bring up is that July is going to be very... it's not going to always follow this schedule. Because, like I said, on this Friday, I already have plans. But also, from the 17th to the 22nd, I am going to be away. There's an event that I go to every year on those days, so I will not be streaming on those days. There's like a whole week I'm not going to be streaming in July. So, yeah. And also, my birthday is on a Tuesday, which means I won't be streaming. But I would like to do something either Monday or Wednesday, before or after. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we can plan that when it gets closer. But yeah, other than those things, I should be good to stream following this schedule, except maybe instead of 1 p.m. it'll be 11 a.m. Eastern time. So we'll see. We will see. All right, and I think that is it for the slides. Wow. Oh, ad break coming up in a minute. A big we'll see indeed. But yeah, I do want to hang out a little bit longer, but not super much longer, I guess. So we can just hang out for a little bit. Let me just check something real quick. Yes. Okay. So ads are coming up in about a minute. And we will continue with whatever we're doing next after that. Maybe we'll like go through my card real quick. The website that I made just for this. We don't have to though. We'll see. We'll see. All right, enjoy your ads. I'll hang out here. I might mute myself so I can eat another graham cracker. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay. Enjoy the ads. Thank you. Thank you. I hope the ads were fine and not glitchy. Welcome back. Yeah, I do think, you know, we have been live for almost 2 hours. Oh, one more thing. The streams this week are definitely going to be art streams because I want to... Art Fight is coming up very quickly. So I want to... I have a lot of prep work to do because I've been putting everything into debut. So I have a lot of work to do for Art Fight prep. But that being said, I think we are going to raid out. The person that we're going to raid today is going to be... Oh, I think I hear a cat. We are going to not immediately, because I do have one more thing that I want to do before we raid and end. But let me at least give her a shout out first. this is the person that, assuming she's still going in a few minutes, we will be rating. And I'm very excited because she is one of the people that is really inspiring me with art lately. Yeah, I've just been really enjoying her streams lately. She is 18 plus, so just be warned about that. If I feel like right now there's not a lot of people who are here expecting it to be family friendly, but like in the future, just be aware. I will give a warning if who we're rating to is not family friendly. But yeah. I think that's gonna be it. Guys, seriously, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate every single one of you that's come in, even if you've been lurking or had me on in the background. Seriously, thank you so much for being here. I'm really, really hopeful that being JijiTiger will be a good thing for me. And honestly, even if I don't hit the goal of being able to be like a full-time streamer that is able to support myself completely, I will be okay with that because I just want to hang out and love you guys and have fun. So yeah, never worry about like financial support. Seriously, don't at all. And I'm only saying that not because I'm like trying to like subconsciously make you, but just because I know that's something that I worry about a lot when I'm watching other streamers. I always feel bad when I can't subscribe. Don't feel bad, please. Seriously, don't. It's okay. Yeah. So seriously, thank you guys so much for being here. And I have one last little thing that I want to end streams with. This is not something that I have mentioned to my mods, so this is going to be a fun little surprise for everybody. I've mentioned before throughout stream that I am Christian, and I've been really deep into my faith recently. I want to be very clear that this is not me trying to convert anybody. I do not want anybody to feel like I'm pressuring you to also be Christian. But there is a very cute little song that my church sings at the end of every service. And oh, thank you, sort of Matt. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, it's a very cute little song. And if it makes you uncomfortable, you are more than welcome to head over to Pearl Poltergeist early if you want to. Ooh, speaking of, before that, let us get the raid message ready to go. So if you're new to Twitch, with the raid message, you copy it and then you paste it into the chat of whoever we're raiding once we get there. But yeah. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. If you listen to this song now and you're like, I'm uncomfortable with this, that's totally fine. But this is just like a little prayer, I guess, from me to you in like the cutest little way possible, I guess. Okay, are you ready for this little song? Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May he bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors. That's the song. I hope you liked it. And now we are going to raid for the first time. Here's hoping I have the... that's the wrong command. Raid / Thank you. All right. Everyone, be nice. Have fun. Thank you. Thank you again so much for being here. I love you all very much, exactly the way you are in this moment. And I will see you, maybe, hopefully, on Monday. I love you. Thank you for being here. Bye.